So you were saying, or you asked if there's any podcasts I have done that I didn't want to air?
Yeah.
Let me see. I would say no, there has not been. I think there's certain things I've cut out of a podcast just because, like, I don't know. I think I think I'm good at like kind of noticing this might be a little bit controversial, but then again, like I don't mind saying controversial things, but I just want to be, I guess, fair to like whoever's like maybe listening, and also just be cognizant of who's listening, you know, like what type of crowd that we have and stuff like that. So I'm trying to think. So I've known you for what, like maybe
couple months.
I don't think
when
so.
Was the first
it's been
time
like
you
a year.
A year?
Yeah. So I'm trying to see.
When was the first run that you went to?
So I went to one. I've been going since last like December.
Okay, I didn't do any of the December runs.
So
when I got back to run for it, it was like the end of January.
End of January.
They did it at Lola Rose.
Oh, okay. So that was your first one. Got you.
Well, my first one back. I started in September.
Oh, okay. Wait, you took November, December off? Yeah.
One, I don't like running in the cold. That was like a big thing, because even some in October, I was just like, I don't want to go out today. Like, I'm not going to go. It's not that important to be out in the cold. And then, I needed a breakaway. Yeah.
Just honestly, like, I think I love the run club a lot. I think you get benefits from doing both running alone and then running the run, like doing the run club. But it's like once a week, and I think it's a good like mix up. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
I definitely met so many people through Run for It, and I remember noticing you, or like maybe meeting you like just in passing or something. But I don't think we actually had a conversation until maybe, I think it was like around the marathon, because you did the half marathon, right?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
And then ever since then, like, we've been really good friends. You go to NEEP a lot.
I do.
Love seeing you at NEEP. And then, I mean, we just, obviously, we see each other pretty often. I mean, if you live in El Paso, right?
Yeah, you run into everybody eventually.
Yeah. But, yeah, I think I was just like, because I feel like we had a conversation. I don't know when it was. You know what? I think it was around the time of like,
we had a philosophical one.
Yes, and it was like random.
It was the Hush Hush one.
Yes.
At the Hush Hush one.
Yes, I remember that, and I kept that in my head because I was like, hold up, like she's like very like you strike me as just someone who just like, you think about those like deep like philosophical questions, you know, and you read and stuff, and I was like, you know what? I think this would be a very interesting conversation.
Yeah.
But it was like a random ass convo. I think I was also kind of drunk too. So I don't know if you went to a coffee shop after that.
I did, because I knew you guys were gonna
get toxic, you know.
And I'm like, I don't feel like doing that today.
That was a very wise decision.
What was it? Like everything being like preordained, like no free will.
Oh yes.
That was the question.
Determinism, you know. Yeah, I think so like when you think about that, do you feel like you are in control of like do you think people are in control of their emotions and whatever like the decisions they make?
That's a yes and no.
Yeah.
Some people are.
Yeah.
Some people make wise decisions. Other people, they're like right off the cuff, make impulse decisions, and then they think about it later. Consequences later. But I do feel like people do have free will, because obviously you have those options to choose. Am I going to do this, or that? And you get to have that choice. Yes.
But I totally understand that. But I think where I start to go down a rabbit hole is when I think about like, if it's like free will is kind of an illusion, because like you have the illusion of these choices you have to make.
Okay.
But there's something already, like there could be something already innately inside you that's going to drive you to make a decision, even though you don't know what decision you're going to make. It's like you're like in the deepest like sense of who you are, like your subconscious, like you already going to make the decision just based on your environment, how you were raised, the emotional state you're in. So like, do you really have control over that, you know? Or
I feel like yes.
yeah.
Because even that same like your sentiment, like where you're from, how you were raised, you could choose to do what like everybody think that you would do. Or you could be like, no, I want to break the cycle and go a different way.
Got you.
But I think in your rabbit hole, it's just like, okay, well, if you wanted to break away, it's already been set in stone that you're going to break away.
Yeah. So like, for example, you're born into a certain environment and then, I don't know. I think it's like a mix. I feel like it's like maybe a, I think the more I think about it, the more I do believe in like free will. But at the same time, like, there's just certain things sometimes where you can't explain, where it's like, I feel like this was like meant to happen, you know? Yeah.
I guess, yeah, I can see that. But the thought of not having it makes me sad. So
got you. Yeah.
I'm just like, nah, we can think, like, we can do whatever we want to do. Like, whatever you set your mind to, whatever decisions you want to make, that's on you.
That's on you, yeah.
The universe.
You give yourself, like, essentially it's like giving yourself credit, you know?
A little bit.
Yeah. But also, like, you think about, like, criminals who it seems like I'm sure you know someone for whatever reason, like, even they might have, like, so much potential, they might be a good person, but they continuously, like, just, like, fuck up, you know?
Yep. I know.
And self-sabotage.
Yes.
So in that instance, it's like, they know, like, what they're doing is wrong, but they still inevitably, like, continue down that, you know?
But then again, that's still free will in my mind.
But
that's a little bit of trauma, I feel. I think so. Do you watch Outer Banks?
No, I don't. What's like the connection?
There's a character in there. His name's JJ. He pisses me off.
Yeah.
Like, his friend group can be doing so well, but he comes from like a very broken home. Like, he's abused by his parents, and he just doesn't know nice things in life outside of like the love of his friendships. But like, once he starts getting nice things, he doesn't feel like he deserves them. Or he tries to like double down and be like, okay, let me just risk it all to try to get better.
Self-sabotage.
He messes everything up all the time.
Yes.
All the time.
And that's his own
demise.
His own
And I think, that's his own decision. But I also think it's from like him growing up the way that he did.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's like that, like nurture or like nature question, you know? You're from El Paso, right?
I am.
You were born and raised here?
Raised here.
Where'd you go to high school?
Eastwood.
Okay. So you did you grow up like in this area?
More like the Wedgwood area.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Because like all my schooling was like East Point Elementary, Eastwood Middle, Eastwood High School.
Got you.
That right.
Yeah. And so what does Brenna do for a living right now?
Brenna does project management.
Got you.
I work for a tech company.
Oh, okay. Is it based out of El Paso?
It's based out of New York.
New York. Wow. Okay. And then you work, so obviously you work remotely.
Yes.
And how do you like working remotely?
At first, it took some getting used to, because I like seeing like people's faces.
Yeah.
But I honestly love it now because I can do whatever I want. Like,
so what's like your schedule like on a normal day?
If I have a project that I'm working on, I try to do like 8-hour days, like just to knock it out and get it out of the way. So I'll wake up, gym, and then answer emails, check in on my team, see what everybody's doing, see if there's anything I need to oversee, sign off on, catch up on, touch base, let them do their thing 'cause they're adults.
Yeah.
I always have like my work phone on me so they can reach me wherever I'm at, and then I kind of just...
Dang, you got 2 phones.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's like some boss some boss shit right there. And so how'd you stumble across that job? How'd that come about?
It was my mom, honestly, because before this, I was in like the service industry, and I was working for Twin Peaks, and I was I'm not gonna say kind of doing the same thing, but in the same aspect of what I'm doing now. It was kind of like when I would travel and open up new stores for Twin Peaks, like I'm overseeing a group of people.
So you were managing?
Not managing, but I was just like I was a trainer.
Training, okay, gotcha.
I would train the girls, or I would help out like with the kitchen or expo, front of house, and then help out the managers or the new managers too if they don't know how to handle certain situations.
Got you. Oh, okay. And so
COVID happened.
yeah.
And they're like, oh, okay, like with everywhere else, oh, we're going to shut down for 2 weeks and then we'll be back.
12 months later.
Yeah. And I think it was like coming close to like, it was like 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
And my mom kind of is in the same industry that I'm in. And she was just like, you should apply at my job. They're hiring for not what the position I have now, but for something else.
Gotcha.
And I was just like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I already put in your application. So I was like, oh, shit. Okay. Waited, did the interview, got the job, started working, doing that. And I'm like, oh, this is actually like really easy. Or it came easy to me. Yeah. So I started asking for more responsibilities, and then I wanted more money. So I started looking at other companies, and then I got with the company that I'm with, and I've been with them.
Wow. And when you say tech company, what do they like? What do you guys do? Like, what kind of?
It's in digital communication. So they're pretty much like the middleman between larger corporations and their consumers. And we like bridge the gap between them too. Gotcha. So if I get like, say, I have a project with Toyota and they have a new interface on their website and they're like, okay, well, we need better, like for the chat AI or something. We need all these things done and we need people to work for this. So can you help us make that happen?
Got you. Okay. And then what was like your upbringing like, would you say? Do you have siblings?
I do. I have 3 sisters.
3. Wow. Are you, what's like the...
I have an older sister and then it's me. And then I have 2 younger sisters.
Really? Have they like been to like run for it or anything, or like no?
I feel like I'm the most active one.
Okay.
We're all very different.
Gotcha.
We're all very, very different.
Yeah. How would they describe you?
Oh.
As opposed to them. What's that dynamic?
I think they would describe me as like annoying.
Really?
Yeah. Like because I like to make them laugh. Like I would consider myself like the goofy one out of all of us because I like to make them laugh. I like to like do impressions and sing and like do dumb stuff all around the house. Me and my older sister didn't really get along that well growing up. We like rekindled our relationship maybe like a couple years ago.
Got you.
So that's been going well.
Yeah. If you don't mind me asking, what do you think contributed to like the... you guys not getting along like growing up?
She always wanted to be an only child, to be honest. Like I remember like my mom always tells it when she brought me home the first day, my sister punched me in the face.
Oh my God. As a baby?
As a baby. And I'm like, oh, like this is my welcome home. Okay,
that's why you're
cool.
so goofy.
Yeah. No, but yeah, so and then like the other ones came and she kind of just got more and more like, who are these? Why are they here? Got you. So yeah, I think it was a bunch of that. And then just us like being so close in age and then being different. Yeah. So I'm just like, I think that's all that it was. Yeah. Like we just could never find a middle ground. We were always fighting over just dumb things.
Yeah. Would your parents like kind of, did they have any like say, or did they try to like get you guys to get along, or they kind of just like stayed out of it?
They kind of just stayed out of it. Like they would get mad at us obviously if we're like rolling around, wrestling each other. But other than that, they just
So what went into you guys like kind of like rekindling your relationship? And
I think it was just the distance, like within like my entire family. She left, I want to say when she was like 18 or maybe like 17, and like she just peaced out. Yeah. Like we didn't hear from her. No, she just left. She just left. So obviously like I'm going to be upset about that. Yeah. So that kind of just like, okay, well she left. Like I don't want to talk to her either. She doesn't care what's going on here, and she wants to do her own thing. And she wanted to get closer to my mom's family, which like I didn't understand because I didn't really like my mom's family at the time. Yeah. So that was like another like, yeah. And then I think it was for like one of my birthdays, I wanted to spend it at Disneyland. So I paid for me and my little sisters to go out there and like have my birthday out there. And I was sending pictures, obviously, to my parents. And they were sending them to her because my mom still talked to her. And she sent me this whole paragraph of like, I can't believe you. You always isolate me. La, 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 la. And I'm like, hello? Who is this? Like, we haven't heard from you in years. Like, why would I?
It was years? Oh, damn.
It was a long time. Like, we didn't talk for a very, very long time. And I think it was that, like, she saw, like, the sister bond that I had with my younger ones. And then she just feels, like, left out. And then, like, some of my family was coming down from Norway. So we got to meet one of our cousins, Raquel, that I haven't seen her in forever. That was, like, my first time meeting her. And she missed out on that, too. So she was just, you know, feeling the distance, feeling the loneliness. And yeah, after that, like, we hashed out all of our issues.
That's good.
And then like started over again.
Wow. And so you guys' relationship is like pretty good right now. Dang, that's good. I feel like that should give hope to people who like don't talk to their siblings or their cousins, you know?
Yeah.
Thankfully, like I've definitely never had anything like within my siblings, but I know a lot of people that don't talk to like their siblings or cousins, and
it does make me sad because like for a long time, like I was pissed at her. So I'm really happy I have her in my life now, but I'm just like, I would see like, for instance, like working at Twin Peaks, like sometimes sisters would work there together and they were like super close, super tight knit. And I'm like, oh my God, you guys are the same age difference between me and mine. Yeah. And I'm like, we could have been great. Like we could have been amazing. Like have each other's backs, like best friends.
This
and
could
like
be us, but you playing.
Yes. That made me so upset. And like, that would just make me like fuel the fire of me hating her even more.
Yeah.
But no, now we're good. Like we talk almost all the time. Like sometimes we'll go a couple of days without like speaking to each other, but then like I'll send her a stupid meme or something. Like we talk in memes.
And does she live here?
No, she lives in Vegas.
Oh, okay. Got you.
So I have one sister in Vegas. I have another one in Austin, and then another one still lives here.
Nice. Do you feel like you like? Obviously, I think like the answer is yes, but I don't know. Do you feel like someone can be mad forever?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not
maybe
insane.
not mad, but like, can I cuss on here?
Yeah.
Okay, because I do cuss a lot. I'm trying to like.
No, you're good. Just be yourself, Brenna. I promise. I cuss a lot on here, honestly.
Okay, cool. I'm really trying to work on it because my dad says I have a mouth like a sailor, and I'm just like, I think I cuss more than he does. And I'm like,
I've never really heard you cuss.
Because I try not to. I try not to. But like, in the sense of people being mad forever, like people can hold a grudge for a very long time, and it doesn't have to be hateful, but it's just like, I don't fuck with you anymore. Like,
gotcha.
That's it. Like, I don't know. I don't wish you well. I don't wish you bad. I wish you nothing.
You're just like,
you're dead to me.
It's indifferent.
Yeah.
You're dead to me.
You're dead to me. Like, I don't even see you on my plane of vision anymore.
That is the craziest thing you could say to someone.
Yeah.
You're dead to me.
You're dead to me.
That's insane. But I can definitely see that. I guess for me, the reason I ask is because I can be mad for like a few days.
And then you're over it?
Not over it, but like in a way, I feel like I could never hold like that energy. I feel like it's just like,
it eats at you.
Yeah, I would say so. And maybe it's not the best thing sometimes too, because I should be mad at certain people, you know, for doing certain things. But I guess I always get to a place where I'm just like, I guess I see the good in people. And so I'm just like, yeah.
But at the same time, and this is like one of my issues that I had before that I had to work on, like you can't be so understanding that you're constantly accepting people's disrespect. So it's just like, yeah, like, okay, I see where they're coming from, because I'll try to level with people. I'm like, oh, maybe, you know, she said that to me because she's having a bad day. Like, oh, I understand, like, things are hard at home right now. Like, she's just acting out. She didn't really mean that. But it's like, no, the whole time, like, she's silently, like, dissing you to your face because she doesn't like you, but she's pretending to be your friend or something. So
I feel like it's a much more common thing with girls. Like, I feel like if a guy doesn't like someone, like, you'll know.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, you can be, I guess, respectful and professional. I guess it just depends the setting, but I think for the most part, like, when it, like, they don't, like, a dude doesn't fuck with you.
Yeah.
Girls, I feel like, can, like,
They
play
try
this
to be
whole
friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. I actually give a lot of respect to girls for being able to, like, hold that, like,
composure,
that character, just playing that character so well.
It doesn't last very long.
No. Can you see through it?
I can now, because
Yeah.
before, like I said, I'd be like, oh no, she didn't mean that. Like,
And you're like,
shit's just
nah,
going
like
on.
this bitch.
And I'm like, no, hold on, what did she say? Yeah, no, she meant it like that.
Yeah. When did that change for you? Like, because you said you tend to see the good in people. Do you feel like people would take advantage of you before?
Yes, because I'm a giver.
Yeah.
I'm a giver in, like, all aspects of everything. And, like, when you're my friend, like, I hold you very close, and I just want the best for you. So, and I'll go out of my way to make sure, like, if you need something, I'm there. Like, if you ask me for something, I'll try to, like, move around my schedule to like, assist you or something. And I do feel like I did get taken advantage of a lot. And I had to cut off like 3 friends because of it.
Yeah. In what way? Like, was it just financially? Was it emotionally? Was it just like a culmination of those things that they were just kind of
a culmination? I would say a bunch of other things. And then, like, one of the girls, it was more so just like, they do things a lot for male validation, and that's like something that you got to work on for yourself. And it would bug me, like, they're one way when it's like just us, or it's just like us and other girlfriends, and then, like, if a dude comes around, like, act different, or they'll start, like, one of my friends, she would hate.
You have to name drop. No
name dropping, but it would really bother her if like, we're in a setting and a guy compliments me and not her, or a guy compliments me before her. It would set her off.
Damn.
And she started acting different. Or, okay, I'm ready to go.
What the?
Ready to go where? We've been here for 5 minutes. Things like that.
I actually like this place.
Yeah, or if, like, I'm telling her some of my business. Yeah. That, like, as you should with your friends, like, you're just venting or letting them know what's up with this and that. And then we go hang out with, like, a group of her coworkers, or, like, a group of, like, new friends that she's hanging out with. So she'd be like, so guys, Brenna's having this issue. La 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 la.
Dang, she just airs shit out like that.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm a fairly private person. What the fuck are you telling these motherfuckers my shit? And it just started happening, like, more and more and more. And I'm like, does this girl hate me? Like, what did I do? Yeah. And it got to a point where I'm just like, I don't think.
What do you think that stems from? Because I feel like a lot, like, males too, like, a lot of men seek female validation. Yeah. And obviously, I think it's just like a insecurity,
I think it was very much that.
What other ways do kind of girls show that? Because obviously, it's one where, like, someone would compliment you and, like, they'd be like, is it a lot of?
I feel like it could be literally anything.
Yeah, social media is a lot.
Social media is one thing. Like, sometimes it's just the way that people love you that people are jealous of. Like, she makes friends so easy, or like, people always have nice things to say about her. Why don't they say anything nice about me? Or, like, I see her stand out and excel in this aspect of life, and I'm not, or I'm trying to, and I'm not getting validated the same way that she is. Like, it literally could be anything. Like, this chick does her hair really well, and I suck at doing my hair, so I fucking hate her.
Yeah.
Or, like, makeup, or, like, it literally could be anything.
Yeah, for sure. And so, at what point, what did it take for you to be like, all right, I'm like kind of done being, like, taken advantage of, and just like, because obviously, like we talked about it. I talked about it last week with, like, Alexis. And she was saying how, like, she's always been a very like, she's a people pleaser, and, like, she loves to do things for people, and she's inherently like
which isn't a bad thing, because sometimes it's like, it's a good feeling, like,
for sure,
to help.
Yes,
so it's
exactly.
not so much people pleasing.
Yeah, and, like, she was, I feel like that makes her. But then at the same time, we also were talking about how, like, people take advantage of that, and you end up feeling kind of, like, bitter and spiteful because maybe you don't feel like appreciated or something like that. And so she was kind of saying how she kind of had to change the way she was kind of moving in a way, which is good, especially if it's like it's helped her mentally and everything. But then like another topic I said, or another idea I had, was just like, well, the reason like people love you and are attracted to you and want to be around you and think you're a special person is because you put others first, you know. And that's something that they really love about you. And so I feel like you just kind of have to be careful, not be careful, but
I feel like it's a case by case thing. Like, I'll use another example with one of the girls that I had to like cut off with. It was just like.
And how long ago was this, would you say?
Oh, maybe a couple years ago. A couple years ago. There's certain people that I don't like. Yeah. That she knows. And it was just like, I had invited her out one time and she's like, oh, I'm busy with this. Like, I'll let you know if I finish early, we can go out. Okay, cool, whatever. Because I hadn't seen her in a minute. And then I never got the call from her. So I'm like, okay, maybe it was a blessing in disguise because I have to get up to do something. Either way, the next day. And I was going to go out and do something else. And I was going to message her like, hey, come with me to go do this. And I see she was out with somebody that like we had already previously spoken about. That I was just like.
Got you.
Like, what is going on here? And it was kind of just like, I deaded it after that. 'Cause it's just like, I don't have to keep like repeating myself to you. Or like, at that point, I had already talked to her like 2 or 3 different times with the, like her airing my shit out or like being weird in certain things. So I'm like, I'm letting you know, like, I see you. I see what's going on here. Like, you're saying sorry, but not changing, not doing anything. So you just really have to, it's like a case by case basis where it's just like, maybe this person isn't like worthy of my love and like my time or my existence. So but
that doesn't mean you stop it completely, you know. It's just like, you have to be, I think it's just knowing who is like has the right intentions and who's really your friend, you know. And so how'd you go about separating yourself? Because I feel like there's a lot of people that kind of, you know, go through that. Just completely like you stopped texting him, calling him. Did you block him on social media?
I didn't, but I did recently.
Okay.
I don't like people creeping. If we don't talk, you don't need to know about my life. Like, there's only like, obviously you block all the weirdos and stuff, but there's people, if like we've parted ways and it wasn't like the best, but I tried to make it like civil and it still didn't, you know, work out that way. You don't need to know about like you don't need to know about me like at all. Like even with exes, I usually like I'll leave it, like I don't care. But there was one where he was just like, I had to block him on everything because he was a lot. He was a lot to the point like I had to block him from my email. I had to block him from Cash App because he was requesting $1. He was requesting $1 and leaving a note like, Brenna, can you please talk to me? Request another $1. Brenna, unblock my number.
Every single option in the book.
Yes, or he would get like a burner phone. He'd get a burner phone and he'd be like, Brenna, I'm not trying to get back with you. I don't want like anything. I just want to know how you're doing. I just want to make sure you're good. And I'm just like, oh no, sir. Let me just block everything. Block Instagram. Block. I don't have a lot of social media, so it's not too much I had to block on. But like things like that, it give me stalker vibes, and I've had stalkers before, and it's so easy to find somebody. So I'm just like, I
feel like girls having stalkers is actually pretty common.
It is,
unfortunately. That's fucking crazy. Damn, that's male privilege, huh?
A little. I mean,
I guess men have stalkers too, though, for sure.
I can't think of.
I don't think men feel in danger, though. That's the difference.
Yeah, because you guys can. Well, you should know how to fight.
Yeah, I mean, protect yourself for sure. You know.
It's a little more like even, like man on man than like man on woman.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I don't know if men have male stalkers. I guess it could be a thing, but
well, even defending yourself against a girl, I feel like it wouldn't be that hard.
No, yeah. Damn, yeah. So first, hold on. I just have to recalibrate because the Cash App is insane. I feel like you'd go outside and just see like a blimp of like of a message
Brenna.
he wrote. That's crazy. Damn, Brenna. But yeah, that's so. Yeah, you just one day you're just like fuck it. Like, was it multiple people that you were just like boom, boom, boom?
In my adult life,
Yeah.
Friendship wise,
Yeah.
Three.
Gotcha.
No, I lied. Four.
Okay.
4.
And how
One was more so just like she didn't have my best intentions at heart.
Yeah.
And I guess it was more of like on my end, I thought she was like bestie.
Got you.
Her end, I was probably just like a party friend to her.
That's a very real thing.
And I'm just like, oh, like, I don't want to go out and get fucked up all the time. Like, I want to go do like normal people stuff.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
like go get breakfast, go just do regular things
Yeah.
outside the club. And yeah, no, she got to a point where she was just getting like too much for me. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. That's not my like my life, my trajectory.
For sure.
I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
So I kind of just.
And how'd you feel like once you kind of weren't burdened by, I guess, these relationships that you felt were kind of like not the best for you, you know? How did you feel like free? Did you feel like you could like be yourself, or how did
I think it was freedom, less like anxiety, I guess. Like different types of anxiety. Obviously, they're for very different people. And it was freedom, less anxiety. You create space for better.
Yeah.
Like when other things aren't taking up your time.
Did you feel lonely at first though?
With one of them, I did.
Yeah.
One of them I did because I was like, she was a close friend, like a very, very close friend. So like that felt like a breakup. Got you. On my end. Yeah. And I was just like, oh, I'm hurt. I'm crying. Like I cried for like a week, but I was just like, damn. Like that one hurt. That one did hurt. But I'm okay. Yeah. Yeah, like I got over it.
Uh-huh. And what's advice you'd give to someone to kind of like I guess if you separate yourself from a certain group of people, like to kind of make way for new and better friends that kind of more in line with your vision and your goals and just who you are as a person. Like what's advice you would give to someone?
It's not something that's going to happen overnight. Yeah. It is going to be hard. You have to be happy being by yourself. I think first, not that I wasn't happy being alone, but like I'm very much more comfortable like going out and doing things on my own or like being by myself. And then you also have to be comfortable with putting yourself out there because sometimes meeting new people for certain individuals is hard. Yes. So like some people aren't the greatest at like just going out and making friends. Like it's a slow burn or something. Yeah. So just know that it takes time, but it will happen like once you start it.
Got you. And so when I asked you to be on the podcast, I wasn't just like, yo, Brenna, let's do a pod. It was just like, hey, Brenna, how's it going? Yeah. And then you told me, all right. And then like, I'm not the type of person to just like bulldoze or like just like kind of like look over that. And I was like, oh, snap. Like, all right. And then you had told me like you were just, I feel like you were a little bit down.
I was down.
Yeah.
So, last weekend, feel free to laugh. I told you like life had just showed me I needed to like slow down a little bit. Yes. And take care of myself. Yes. I hadn't been taking care of myself. Like, and I know people see like on my social media or whatever, I'm like always running or I'm active in other things. I had a lot of stuff going on in like my personal life. And then I'm like trying to train for a marathon and doing all these things. And I was pouring into everybody's cup but mine. Yeah. And I just like, my body shut down on me. Really? I went to. Did you
faint or what? Yeah.
I fell on my face.
No.
I did. I fucked it up. At my friend's like grand opening or soft opening for her bakery.
Oh, it was at the Run For It there?
Not at the run for it, like the weekend prior.
Oh, okay.
The weekend prior, she had friends and family. And I just remember I'm just like, oh, I'm getting like, ooh.
Lightheaded.
Like hot flash. Like I had a hot flash and I'm like, oh, I feel like claustrophobic. Like I need to walk outside. And I told my friend Chris, I'm like, follow me outside. Like I need some air. And then the room got really bright and I stopped seeing color. And then the next thing I woke up, I'm on the floor.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, oh shit, what's going on? And I hear people talking. And I'm like, where am I? Like in my head, I'm like, this is the weirdest dream. But I'm like, no, I'm not at a dream. And I'm like looking down and I'm like, oh my God, I'm on the floor. I'm like, why are my legs like that? And my friend Chris is like, Brenna, you fell on your face. And I'm like, oh. And then everything starts coming back and I was feeling it. Like my mouth was full of blood and everything. She's like, let me see your teeth. And I'm like, oh. She's like, I can't see your teeth. And I'm like, oh. So I tried cleaning my mouth.
Yeah.
And I'm like feeling my teeth with my tongue. I'm like, why did they all feel sharper than normal? I'm like, oh no, I messed up my smile. And I showed her. She's like, no, you're good. And I'm like, are you sure?
Yeah.
But like I had busted my lip like up here and down here. And I like busted up my eye.
Oh my God. Well, I can't even tell if that helps.
No, like it's healed pretty well. Yeah. Like I do have a scar underneath this makeup. And then like I'm not going to point it out. It's still healing. Yes. It's still healing. But like, no, that's what it was. And I'm like, you asked me that on the date. I was like peak ugly. And I'm just like, yeah, I would love to. I really
Isn't
can't.
It crazy, like the timing?
Yes. Like you had asked me to do something. And then I got like 2 other invites to go do something for the aquarium that they have in Sunland.
Oh, yeah.
And something else that they have over there. And I'm just like, oh my God, I would love to, but I really can't right now. Like,
yeah.
I'm down bad.
Yeah. Damn. So was it have you ever had a panic attack that you know of?
I have before.
Did it feel like that?
No, it didn't, which is weird. Because usually like with a panic attack, like I'll just get hot and like my heart is racing and I have to go like separate myself and like, okay, I'm good. Like I'm here. Boom, boom, boom. Count your fingers, whatever. This one, it was just like a hot flash. Like I got hot and then I started feeling, I can get claustrophobic in like small spaces. So I know what that feels like. Yeah. And that's what that felt like. And I'm like, oh my God, maybe there's just too many people in here. And I'm like, maybe I might pass out. And I'm like, oh, I can't do that. That's like one of my top 5 like most embarrassing things to ever happen to me. It's like throwing up in front of a crowd or like passing out in front of a group of people. Like, ugh, I think that's so gross. Like to me, it's embarrassing. So I'm like, I never want that to happen to me. And then lo and behold, I'm like, I gotta get outside. I gotta go like sit off to the side somewhere to like cool off. And I didn't even make it out the door. I remember the door frame. I'm like, oh, the door's right there. Like, make it outside, Brenna. Make it outside. Yeah. I fell through the door.
Oh, that's
face
crazy.
first on the concrete.
I've done that. It wasn't to that extent, but it was here at home. But I don't think it was the same because I had gotten up too fast and I got really dizzy.
You see, I've done that too. Where I'm like, oh, the blood rush. It wasn't even that. And like even with this, I've had it happen a couple times before, but it was like gradual. So I'm like, oh, I think I need to sit down for a little bit. Like I was able to catch myself. And this time it just like, boom. Yeah. I had no time to react.
And Chris couldn't catch you?
She didn't know. I was just like, just follow me outside. Follow me outside. And I told her, I'm like, did I fall?
Oh, Kristen.
Kristen. Yeah. I'm like, did I fall gracefully at least? And she's like, let me reenact it. She's like, you looked like you were going to grab the door. And then you just went,
okay, I'm like, I don't think it was a full weight impact. I think maybe the door.
No, I missed the door. Like my hand grazed the door, and it was full body.
Oh, oof. Fuck.
Yeah. You can laugh. I'm just like, she reenacted. I'm like, oh, I look like a fucking idiot. Like it didn't even look good. And then to be on my face because she had to like move my head to the side, and she was like, "What happened?" And
I don't know. You told me.
I'm just as surprised as you are.
I need to take a nap.
Yeah.
Did you go to the ER or emergency room or anything? No.
I was embarrassed. I went like the day after.
Yeah, but you did go get checked out. Okay, that's what's good.
Yeah.
And what do they kind of chalk it up to?
A fatigue. Fatigue and low iron.
Oh, okay. Got you. So when you say like you need to slow down and like you felt like you were pouring more into other people's cup than yours, like in what sense, like where do you feel like it started, and how what kind of led you to that point where you realized like, damn, I need to, obviously the fall is what really did it, but
woke me up.
Yeah.
Just like, I can't even say where it started. I don't know. I don't want to get too personal on here.
No, yeah.
So I was just like, there's just things at home
that
I'm taking care of. So that's like one thing. And then, not overtraining, but I guess I was just under eating. So I'm like, I'm used to like having certain meals or whatever. And I think it just got to a point where like my days would get so busy that I would forget like to get all my protein intake or like make sure I'm eating all of the right vegetables. And obviously like I'm not eating, so I'm not getting all of those supplements. So it just started to like trickle down.
Yeah. Damn.
To like overtraining in this sense and not like keeping up with it nutrition wise.
Yeah, because you definitely, I mean, I feel like you're always working out,
Yeah.
Probably like 6-7 times a week.
No, like lifting, I'll do it like 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And then running is another 3 times a week.
Yeah,
but now
so
it's
like
just
some sort of exercise every day.
I guess,
thing.
6 times a week.
Yeah.
6 times a week.
Which is good, but yeah, I think for sure, like just keeping up with, I feel like the nutrition aspect is super important,
It's very important.
Yeah. So what kind of made you, were you always active?
For the most part, like high school as an athlete. And then even after high school, like I did run. I wasn't a distance runner. I thought like 2 miles was doing something. Yeah. So I was just like, oh yeah, 2 miles, I got it. Ooh, 1 mile, I'm good. And then I didn't start like lifting weights until I was like 23, 24.
Got you.
And then I've been lifting ever since then.
And how'd you kind of, because I noticed you do like a lot of modeling for like businesses different here brands. And brands and stuff. How did that come about?
When I was working, I used to sell jerseys in at Cielo Vista Mall in those little kiosks.
Oh, okay.
That was like that was like my first job.
Yeah.
And there was like a scout, I guess. Somebody from Bazaar like came and they told me to go. So
that's
I modeled
like a modeling agency.
I modeled with Bazaar for a little bit, and then just from there, like people would hit me up randomly to do little jobs.
Yeah. Dang. And so, that you were you actually like, because that's an actual agent. When they say agency, like, do you like take classes and stuff and like you kind of learn how to be a model type thing? Or?
When I started, I went to a couple classes and they teach you different model walks. And
you're in a pageant, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have like three crowns.
Damn. Hold up. Let's talk about that a little bit. So what's that? I heard I know a few different girls that have been in pageants, and it seems like a very like tough thing to do,
It is. It's not just looking pretty.
Yeah, take me into that world.
So with pageantry, I've only ever competed in the Miss Earth circuit.
Yeah.
Which is one of the big 3. It's like Miss Earth, Miss USA, Miss Universe.
Got you.
Those ones. And for that, like you have to win. Sometimes they have you do like for Texas, you can just pick a city within Texas and then compete for the state title. Or like if there's multiple girls in like one city, then you do like smaller pageant, get the city title, do the state title. From the state title, you go to nationals. And then nationals you go to world, that whole thing. Yeah. But pageant week, it's usually like you'll do a community service, something like with all the girls. And
how old were you when you started?
My first pageant I did when I was like 20. How old was I? Maybe like 22.
22.
Yeah.
And so the week goes, you do the community service,
and then there's like a luncheon, and then there's like a media day. Then there's your interview day.
Yeah.
And then.
But it's stressful as hell.
It is. It can be.
Yeah.
It can be.
Is there a lot of drama in pageants?
Yes. Yes and no. I would say I really didn't get too much like drama vibes from the ones here, but at nationals, like you could definitely tell.
Really?
Like,
Oh, so you
nice.
won El Paso, you won state, and then you made it to nationals. Oh, so for Miss, it was it Miss El Paso or
Miss Earth.
Miss Earth. Okay, got you. Damn. Yeah. That's pretty badass. And you said you've done that 3 times?
So for one, I got the Texas title and then I got state or like a national title. So that's 2 crowns. And then for the first one that I was in, I made top 5. So I got a crown for that too, for Texas.
Yeah. And so what kind of goes into you being able to be the person that wins, you know?
Everybody always asks that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just be yourself.
Yeah.
Like people will either like you or they hate you.
You've done it 3 times, so like there has to be something.
Okay, so the last one that I like got a national title in, my friend wanted me to do it with her. She didn't want to do it by herself. Gotcha. So I was like, okay, cool. Like I'll compete with you. I was not taking it seriously. Yeah. And I ended up winning.
And you weren't expecting to.
I wasn't expecting to.
Yeah.
So I didn't put. Obviously, I'm gonna do put my best foot forward, but I really wasn't like.
It was just like if
stressing
I win,
myself.
If not, you know. Yeah, maybe that played into your success then.
Maybe.
The fact that like you even said like just be yourself. I feel like if you have no expectation going in, then you can just be yourself more freely, you know.
Yeah, and I do really well with interviews.
Gotcha.
So I think that's a big thing too, because I just recently judged like the pageant that I used to compete in. Yeah. And like the interview is like really, it's intense. Like for me, I was nervous as a judge, and everybody's like, "Why are you nervous? Just ask these girls questions and like just see like catch their vibe." And I'm like, "Yeah, but it was nervous being on that side, and it's like even more nervous on this side because I have to like judge like all these girls and see who has like the personality that we're looking for to like represent." You know, El Paso, represent Texas.
Gotcha. And what kind of questions are you asking them? Like, how are you getting to see their personality?
Well, I feel like all the judges before, like when I competed, they had like a list of stuff. And then this time I was just kind of like asking them like get to know you type questions. Like, oh, what do you like about this? I see you have like their bio or whatever. And some of the girls, like I found their like career interests interesting, so I would ask them like, oh, why do you want to pursue this? Or I see this as your favorite author, like what inspires you about this author, or what do you like about this book, like things like that based off of their bio. Got you.
And by then, like what say do you have if they win or not? It's just like you give them like a score, or
we had this app, I forgot what it's called. It was like Genie Talent or something, whatever. But it's like an Olympic scale, like 1 through 10. Like, how do you think they did on this? Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. So you put in your score and it holds it. And then like you move on to the next thing. And then you see how they presented themselves, like an evening gown and swimwear and whatever it is. And it automatically racks up the total for you. So that thing kind of like plays into who wins.
So the final score is who wins, obviously.
Whoever had the highest score.
Yeah.
Out of all the judges that were there.
And is it fun? Like, did you enjoy it?
Yeah. For a split second, I forgot that I was judging because, like, I like watching pageants. So I'm just like, oh, wait, I have to let me mark this down real quick. Yeah.
And so, who won this last one?
Her name was Sarah. She won for Miss, and then the teen. I can't remember her name. Oh, I can't remember her name. I'm like, it's on my phone.
Yeah,
which is over
there.
Well,
let's go off of Sarah. What do you feel like contributed to her winning?
She was very well spoken. One, she's like visually stunning. Gotcha. She's like 6'1", 6 feet tall. 6'1". She registers a lot taller, and I think it's just because of the heels too. But I was just like, wow, she's really, really pretty. And then like she's done a lot of stuff, and she's interested in like politics and stuff. Like that's where her career goal is like geared to. And I'm just like, this is very interesting. And then like certain questions that we did ask her, she had like textbook knowledge, great answers. Like she was very confident in herself, like in her walk and everything. And she even walked for Balmain in, I think, like New York Fashion Week or something. So I was just like, oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like she's so interesting. So I was happy with her
for sure.
winning.
I feel like El Paso just has, I feel like the culture here is like actually really good compared to even like bigger cities, no? Like they do very well or not really?
That's hard to say.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like,
because I don't know, I just feel like beauty here is huge. Like obviously beauty's big everywhere, but I feel like El Paso, girls in El Paso, like they take it very seriously. Like I feel like wherever they go, like they're gonna do their makeup, like they're gonna do everything.
Okay. I get you.
Yeah.
I will say yes. El Paso does have a lot of pretty girls.
Yes.
And that's unbiased because I've been, like, when I had to work for Twin Peaks and I traveled around a lot, like, I was like, dang, no, like Texas has really pretty girls.
Yeah.
Texas, unbiased, has really, really pretty girls. Where else did I see pretty girls? Chicago has really pretty girls. Chicago have really pretty girls.
A lot of that, I think it's just a diversity thing, you know? And so, like, when you were working at, like, how long did you work for Twin Peaks?
7 years.
7? Oh, yeah. So you did some time there. What was...
Jail.
Jail's insane. You did some time. Oh, my God.
Some days it felt like it. Like, I'm not going to lie.
Yes, you were there for a good amount of time. What was like what was it like working in like the service industry? What are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts on the service industry.
Yeah.
I don't have the personality for it.
Which is what?
I don't like talking to a lot of people. Like, not to say that I don't like talking to a lot of people. I'm really good one-on-ones.
Yes.
So like I enjoyed bartending, but like server wise, it's not the job for me.
Yeah.
Sure. But I was great at it.
Yeah.
Like I was great at it.
Okay.
But it just wasn't like inside.
Yeah.
I was dying.
You were a good server.
Yeah,
you were a great server, but like server. As far as like the interaction, it was just like it wasn't you.
It wasn't me. And even just like even bartending, because I bartended at a couple other places too. I don't like talking to drunk men. Like that is just
you
it's
don't?
not. No, I don't. And I hate dealing with like drunk people like in general. So I'm just like, oh, it's not for me.
Yeah.
So
what do you think about when like men say like they don't really they wouldn't want to date a bartender?
That's their preference.
Yeah. So
they don't want to date a bartender, but they're always at the bar. Like
that's facts.
Yeah. I don't know. I would ask them why.
Yeah.
Like, because I can understand it. That one crazy, we'll call him Cash App. The Cash App guy. He met me when I was bartending, and it was like one of his biggest insecurities. Not that I was doing anything, but he didn't like the attention that I got.
Got you.
And at the same time too, like I was always working, so a lot of my regulars never saw me on the other side of the bar, like the people that go to party. So that days that like we would go out and stuff, and my regulars would see me, he'd be like, oh, why is that guy looking at you? Why is that guy looking at you? Why is he looking at you? I'm like, I don't know, because they never see me out. And I would tell them who everybody is, and I would tell them too, like, this guy's asked for my number, this guy's tried hitting on me. So like you know everything. And
I think guys are like, they don't make sense in that aspect because first of all, I'm a guy.
Yeah.
I would say like for a girl, like I think I respect her being honest and telling me, but at the same time, I don't want to hear it, you know, in the fun. And it's funny because it's
well, you don't want to hear it, but I don't want you getting mad at me for nothing.
No, exactly. It's illogical. It's stupid, but like it's like you would rather hear all of it just so you know, and you know your girl's being honest.
Yeah.
But then it's just like, I don't want to hear this shit, man. Like it's not making me feel good. Like,
why was it not make you feel good?
I just think it's a very
I'm like, why wouldn't it make you feel good? They're like, okay, yeah, like you're with somebody who's
I think it's for guys, it's just like a territorial thing, like
yeah, but
like the fact
she's
that it's
not
like,
going with anybody else.
Yeah, so. No, exactly, but it's just the thought, like
don't
the thought
think.
of it. That
Don't think.
insane, bro.
Just don't think about it. Okay, cool.
Girls are the same,
Been
though.
like, he asked for your number. Did you give it to him? No. All right, cool. Keep pushing.
Girls are the same, I would say, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would want to know. I would want to know.
Yeah. Like this girl, she's in my DM. She likes my story. She, like you would want to know all that.
Yeah.
For sure. Do you feel like you're obligated to tell your partner?
No.
No.
You're not. But I feel like you're obligated to be like respectful.
Yeah.
Because that's like another thing too. Like, I'm fine with you having friends. Just don't cross those lines. Or if
you're talking about like friends that are girls.
Yeah.
Got
like
you.
friends that are girls. Like, you know what you're doing. Like certain pictures you shouldn't be liking. Or like certain conversations you shouldn't be having. Because if it was reversed, you would be pissed the fuck off. Like, don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Or if like this is a friend and they're getting out of line, like they're being a little too flirtatious, like set them straight. Hey, we shouldn't be talking like that. Like, I have a girl. Be respectful.
Gotcha.
And vice versa.
Yeah. Damn. I think it's You definitely have to. It's a lot, dude. Like being in a what's your longest relationship?
My longest relationship was like Cash App.
Cash App.
And it was like 5.5, almost 6 years.
5.5, 6 years.
I'm a relationship person. I don't like dating.
No.
I don't like dating.
So as soon as like you talking to someone, like you want that, if you're interested, like you're putting your energy and time into them, Got you.
Like, if I like you, nobody else exists.
Damn. That's some good energy right there. Okay. And have you always been like that?
Yes.
Yeah. So when a dude says like he's talking to someone else, but he's talking to you too, like it's just a deal breaker for you,
That's only ever happened like once in my life where someone was honest about it. He asked me out on a date and I was just like, don't you have a girlfriend? Because I'd seen it. I thought I saw it and he's like, no, I don't. And I'm like, are you sure? And he's like, yes. I'm like, does she know? And he's like, I do not have a girlfriend. And I was just like, okay, cool. He's like, I just want to take you out like to eat. We're not going to do anything. I just want to like talk to you, get to know you, whatever. Yeah. So we went out. It was fine.
The classic go out to eat and talk to you line,
So we did that. He was cool. And he had mentioned, he's like, I am talking to like other people, but I really enjoy my time with you. Like, I would like to like take you out again or talk to you if that's cool with you. So I was just like, no one's ever, let me think about this real quick. I'm like, at least he's being honest. Yeah. So I respect it. And he did say other people. So I'm just like, I'm not going to be like, well, who the is this? Yeah. So yeah, I did. Not for me. Yeah. Yeah. We hung out a couple more times and I'm just like, I don't think I like this. Yeah. So I know that's not for me.
Do you feel like people have trouble, like more trouble now, like committing? Do you feel like it's a modern thing?
I do. Yeah. I kind of feel like everybody's just like, okay, this is good, but like I want better. I want like the best. I want like it should be all that and more.
Over here,
Yeah. So like a lot of people feel like they have options. And I do feel like social media kind of plays into that too, because like people are very, very accessible.
Got you. Very accessible.
Very, very accessible. Yeah. Very accessible.
Yeah. I just think about that, and I think it's a real thing. Like, because before you think about like we didn't have, even if you were a very like beautiful girl, like you were limited to the people that you
like in your city, in your
circle,
unless you were like, we'll take it like way, way back, like when only men had jobs. Like, he could get away with having a whole ass other family in another city because he was like the truck driver. That's or like crazy. He was a salesman, whatever. And now it's like everybody knows everything.
No way. Damn, that's facts. I didn't ever think about that.
Yeah, and like the one you married first would have never have known. He's just away on business. Like the bills are getting paid. Like he's the perfect family man.
Yeah.
For your family and
damn
all the other families too.
Hey, he's got you though. Yeah. Oh my god. So do you believe in like obviously not believe in it, but like do you feel like monogamy is like the most ideal thing for I guess a person?
No, because everybody's different. And I think that like you just have to communicate with whoever you're interested in the things that you actually like and the things that you're actually happy with.
Got you.
Because obviously like they have those, I don't know all the terminology for everybody's type of relationship, but like people that are in, what is it, polyamorous?
Yeah.
Polyamorous relationships or like open relationships.
Yeah.
Good for them. Couldn't be me.
Yeah. So
Not
have
for
you seen
me.
people like in open relationships?
I've been invited to open relationships and I'm just like,
I'll respectfully decline that one.
Yeah. Like, no, not for me. I'm like a one person type of person. So for me, that's ideal. But I know that that's not ideal for everybody else.
Yeah. I don't know. In my opinion, if you guys want an open relationship, this is just my opinion, by the way. Like, maybe it's just because that's the way like we were raised, and it's so much part of our culture, like the monogamy, like the nuclear family, like your kids, and building a relationship with the one person like the rest of your life, you know. But like, I just think about the open relationship thing, and I'm just like, if you guys want to see other people,
like, why be in a relationship at all?
You know?
And then it gets messy.
Yeah,
I feel like I've, like, just, you know, little dramas that you see online that aren't yours, but you're entertained. Things like that, like, you might be, like, your original person might be okay with open relationship. But then you start dating somebody else, and they want you all to themselves.
Yes.
It starts creating friction.
Yeah. No, it just seems, like, very impossible to me. But then again,
that's a lot of work.
The what?
That's a lot of work.
For sure. And then again, relationships are a lot of work too, though.
Yeah.
But the other, like, the only way I see it like being possible is because I see people like that they've like cheated on each other, and they're still like they'd rather just be with each other because they've been with each other for so long, and they're just like
at that point. No, that's like staying for the kids. I don't think you should do that. Like, if you don't like each other anymore,
so you're saying blow it all
up. you'd be happier. Like, I feel like everybody would benefit better than like being in like a toxic home. That's toxic to me. Like, if you guys don't like each other, you're like, we'll say like the kids are going to feel that, like that energy is always going to be in the house. Everybody's always going to be on edge. Like, even if you do have a couple of good days, one fight might set it off, and it's like, oh, now we have to walk on eggshells for a little bit till it like simmers down again, and that's not good. That's not happy.
No, for sure. So why do you feel like do you think it's just an attachment thing of why people go back to like someone that cheats on them?
Something that they're used to, and they're scared to try again. Or even like you've been in a relationship, so like you're just comfortable, you're used to a certain person's mannerisms, and sometimes again you're not like okay being on your own. Like you became codependent. Got you.
Do you feel like it's a mendable thing to like if someone cheats on someone to no? You feel like from there it's all bad?
No. Like even just lying about little things. Like I'm really big on that. Like you lie about one thing, you are permanently etched in my head. You're a fucking liar.
Damn.
Like, so I gotta double check.
You don't think people change?
They could, but I'm always gonna know that you are capable of lying to me.
Damn. That's insane.
Over like, and that the thing that bothers me the most is sometimes it's just something like small. I'm like,
but if they lie about one thing, they'll lie about
you'll
everything.
lie about something even bigger. So no.
Holy shit.
It's not mendable.
Damn, that was like, if what'd you say? Hold up, you said that if I know that you've done it before, like you could.
I know you're gonna do it again. Or like if you've hurt me, like, or if you, like, even if you asked yourself, like you checked in, like, oh, I'm about to like do something reckless. This might affect her. and you still did it, like I know you're capable of hurting me and you don't care about it in the moment because you're getting what you want or whatever. So I'm never going to trust you with that emotion or that vulnerability again because you didn't take care of it when I gave it to you.
Yeah. Never. Wow. Okay. And you think that's a personal thing, or you feel like that's how it should be? Like,
no, that's a personal thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, oh, forgive and forget. But like I told you before, like sometimes you can be so understanding that you're just accepting of people's disrespect. And sometimes you have to stand on business. Like there are certain things where I'll be like, okay, you know what? No, I get it. Like I understand why you did that now. Like I forgive you. It's fine. But other things, I'm just like, you said you're sorry. You did it again. Like,
but you can forgive someone, but you still have that in the back of your mind. Like, ooh.
Like I can forgive you. And then if I see it, like time progresses and then I'm just like, oh, okay, no. Like they turned a new leaf. We're good. Okay. Yeah, no, they're fine now. But like now you did something, it's in my mind. And then time goes on and I see you being a little spooky again. I'm just like, not trustworthy.
Does a guy's friend group influence like how you think about them and how you view them?
No. Sometimes yes, but sometimes no. Just because I've been like the odd one out in certain friend groups, like they're all into something that I'm like, that's not me. So I kind of don't agree with the birds of a feather flock together statement. Because somebody could be the one off. We're like, no, they're into that shit. Like, I just hang out with them because like we come together on certain other things. So no, but it depends on what it is that I'm judging them on.
Yeah. Like if they're all like dogs and fuckboys, like
I would ask, like, why are you hanging out with them? Like, you respect women so much. Like, why are you hanging out with them? It's not adding up. And like, or if they don't check their friends on like being dumb, then I'm kind of like, you allow this? Okay. Maybe not. Maybe you need to get new friends or, something.
Yeah. Dude, dating is fucking insane now. It's just so many different... It's a complex issue. Humans are complex creatures, you know?
It's complex. And I feel like, again, with social media, everybody's giving advice on like how things should go. And it's like what works for you isn't going to work for the next person. Like what works in your relationship isn't going to work in my relationship. Some people are like 100%, 0%, 50-50, 60-40, 70-30 things. Or like everybody wants something now. And other people are a slow burn. Like, so, or your like communication style might be different than somebody else's. So it's like we keep running into one issue in our relationship and somebody's like, oh, you should talk to him like this. He's not receiving that because he doesn't communicate that way. So it just like fumbles. I think online relationship gurus, online people that give advice, they mess up a lot of people's relationships more than they help.
Damn. And even just like social media, like Twitter, for example, I feel like
I don't have a Twitter.
Okay, I don't go on it too much. Like I don't tweet, but sometimes I'll just like kind of look through it. It's a lot of politics that I know, but like it's mainly my feed. But other than that, like I just feel like social media has completely like not just women but men also, but just kind of brainwashed us as to what our expectations are for people and relationships, you know. And I'm just like, some of the shit I see is like, no wonder like our expectations of people are so messed up, you know. Like everything, like you said, I think everybody's different and every situation's gonna be different. So for you to see someone else's relationship and how they're being treated or how something's going for them, like, and then you try to apply it to your own, like, I feel like it's just a disaster. Like, it's just not going to work out. You know?
It's not. And then too, people like to, I don't know, flex for the gram. Like, so people will see, oh, I'm getting like 24 flowers every single day. My man's buying me gifts left and right. And then you look at your boyfriend and you're like, when's the last time he brought me something? Why isn't he doing that? Why isn't he doing this? Yeah. And
but really,
it's just
that
like,
relationship, they're probably so toxic with each other.
Maybe,
you know?
Or maybe he could love her and he's like a billionaire. Like you're comparing your 9 to 5, like nothing wrong with it, but like 9 to 5 job or 9 to 5 man trying to, do his best for you to this guy that has like unlimited source
Yeah.
of income, and he can like just, you know, throw bands on his girl like that.
For sure. Yeah. And that's another thing. Like, I think so many, I'm not singling out like women, but like, I think it's just because of the dynamics. Like, I feel like, especially with social media, like the comparison thing,
Yeah.
I think they feel like their man should be making like exorbitant amounts of money, you know? When in reality, the percentage of men that actually, or people in general, make that amount of money is like very slim, you know?
10%.
Yes, exactly.
Or maybe even less than that, like 8%.
And so like you have all these girls like just shooting for the stars and that, and just like the really good dudes who may not like be making that crazy bread, but yeah, I think it's just
people.
Yeah, exactly. I just think it's that comparison thing and just seeing other people. It's I think it's like kind of messed up, like the modern dating, you know. And also like girls just being, which I think is an amazing thing, like they don't, like, you guys don't need, like, before obviously you needed you were dependent on your man, you know, to like provide for you, but now like
you can do it yourself.
You can really do yourself. You probably do better than your man, you know. So, and then I just think that provides a lot of, and it shouldn't in the perfect world, but we live in reality, like it's gonna provide, like, men are insecure about that type of shit, you know.
They are.
Yeah,
they can be because it's just like, okay, well, I can't do this or that, like, what does she need me for?
Exactly. Damn. And have you like been in, have you ran into things like that where like you make more money than like your partner and like it affects it? Or you're like, nah, I never I never have that problem. Nah, just
no
kidding.
There have been like sometimes like with my longest relationship where I was making more than he was, but I never made him feel small about it, or he never got like, he would feel some type of way, but he always like, okay, I'm gonna do better. And he did, like, you know, he got on his feet and stuff. But no, I never really had that issue.
And I think there's other things way more other things men can provide, you know?
I don't know if you've seen, I don't know what the guy's name, I think his name is Jaden or Jordan, but the girl's name is Monet. She's like Insta famous.
I don't think
TikTok famous, but she's kind of dating a sassy man. And
what do you consider a sassy man?
A man that acts like
just a little like
a little more feminine.
Got you. Feminine qualities.
Got
you.
And yeah, like, she obviously makes more money than him because he's like Insta famous, like social media famous too, but she gets like the brand deals and all this other stuff. And I think he was on like a Love Island type show, and before all of this, like, she was a nurse and whatnot. But boiling it down, she makes more money than him, and everybody's in the comment, well, this is why he acts the way that he does, because like he's the woman in the relationship, and like she should be getting with somebody better, like somebody that's more on her level, somebody that can provide for her instead of her providing for him, and things like that. And on the other hand, people were talking about like providing is more than just like materialistic things. Like maybe he provides her with a safe space to come home to, like somebody to vent to, like he provides her emotional support and like a bunch of other things. Like it's not just monetary. So I'm just like, well, like that's a provider too.
Imagine having your fucking relationship out in the open like that.
No, I couldn't. I don't think I could ever.
Oh, what do you think about posting? Like, do you feel like
relationship posts?
Yeah. Do you feel like do you feel it's weird if your person doesn't post you? And you don't see that they have a relationship anywhere on their social media and they're active on social media?
Yes and no. Cuz I'm all for a private relationship, cuz I like private, but not secret. And there's a difference. Like,
damn.
People will know that we're together, but they don't know our business. That's private.
Got you.
Secret is people don't know we're together. But I'm always talking about you or this and that, or I don't hear it like coming back around, like you never talk about me.
Got you.
But we're together. That's the secret.
And other people don't know you're together type thing. Like you can go out and like, yeah. There's definitely a difference for sure. So
I'm like, you don't have to like post like devoting captions and all like that's not necessary in my eyes. Like if you like to do that, that's fine. But I don't think that's like necessary. But don't keep me a secret.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel both ways about it. Like I'm definitely all for like being like private about things. Like you don't have to like it's nobody's business.
Yeah.
But also like if you're super active on social and like you post like,
or if we're like out together, have you seen those little it's usually like the girls that go on like a bunch of dates and stuff that they're taking videos of their food, but they never post the man that they're with. And
yes,
he's like,
bruh.
Just like trying to get in the picture. Like, don't do that. Like, say that you're out with me. Take a picture of my hand. Tag me. Like, you don't have to post me, but post that I'm the one taking you out.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to like show the tag on my name. You can just hide it, you know? Dude,
let motherfucker know that you're with me.
Yeah, no, that's a thing because like I said, there's girls who like they're active as fuck, and then they post that they're out too, but there's no and not even a highlight post or anything about like that they're single or that they're taken.
Yeah.
So like, I'm not saying guys will definitely not stop either way, but I feel like it's still. Yeah. Do you even think it makes a difference if they're taken or single? Like for a guy, like are they still gonna obviously hit them up? You know?
No, guys don't care. My DMs are very scary.
Girls do not care either.
Girls don't care either, but some guys really just don't give a damn. Yeah. But like ask you out and like, oh, sorry, I have a man. That wasn't my question.
That's I'm like, insane, bro.
Oh, well. No. If that was okay, no, I won't go out with you. Like that's not what I asked. Yeah, that's not what I asked. Oh, okay. Well, no.
At what point you kind of just have to laugh at this shit, right? Yeah, it's kind of funny. Yeah, I feel like I'm not saying like it's not a good thing, but I respect like the fucking like the persistency because I'm not like that. Like
one no and you're out.
Not even like I just worry a lot about not worry, but I'm very cognizant of like the perception I give off and like you
don't want to be that guy in every
exactly. And I'm not saying I don't DM people, but at the same time like
you don't want to look thirsty.
You also don't want to be the dude who's just like going after someone who's in a relationship. I don't know. I just feel like I wouldn't want someone doing that to my girl, so why the fuck am I gonna do it, you know? And
for some people don't care. But like for me, if I see that, I'm just like, you don't respect relationships. So even if like I were to go out with you, like say it didn't work out with so-and-so, and I were to go out with you, I don't think you're going to respect me in the relationship because you didn't respect the one that I was in.
That's great. Yeah. Yeah. I just don't think many people take that in consideration. I don't think people think, you know?
They don't. They don't.
Oh my God. I actually have some questions for us.
I'm nervous.
Yeah. You should be. No, I'm just kidding.
Where were you? January 6th.
For real. January 6th is insane. Oh, yeah. Who'd you vote for? Nah, I'm just kidding. Imagine. Yo, that'd be crazy.
I really wish like I could sit down with somebody and they could talk to me about politics without being biased.
Gotcha.
And then I would be more into it because I am interested in it, but I feel like there's just so much.
Know? I feel like I'm pretty good at it.
Everything. Tell me everything. Go through all the legislative branches.
Oh gosh. No, honestly, like I don't know why I've been super fucking into politics like the last year.
I mean, as you should. It's been a little crazy
to an extent. Yeah.
Joe lost his damn mind.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just a very, and after the election, it made me want to like not steer in that direction because I feel like, I don't know, like I saw so many people like posting like, if you voted for this person, like I can't fuck with you, and I'm just like, dude, like.
Not that it's not that deep, but it's like you should be able to agree to disagree.
Yes.
With some people, like.
That is literally why you want to live in America.
Yeah.
Is because you can do that, you know? And, yeah, I'm not going to get into specifics because it's not a politics podcast.
Or is it?
It can be. But, yeah, I just think it's so, like, it's so mature and, like, so it's such a bad way to look at things that people
Like
have a
one-sided.
totally different perspective than you. And so to say someone's evil for, like, voting a certain way is just like,
What if it was just better for them?
yeah, exactly. That's what's crazy. But anyways,
Like back to the questions.
yeah. Is it possible to love unconditionally, or is love always conditional?
Oh, it's possible to love unconditionally. There was oh my God, I can't pronounce the name of this movie. I watch a lot of like a wide range of films, and it's one on Netflix. When I find it later, I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
But there was this. It's a love story. It's like a Bollywood movie. It's like 3 hours long.
Gotcha. Damn.
Yeah, it's a very long time. But there's this one guy who was like super in love with this chick, and she was dying of cancer. She didn't want him to know, so she just kept like, no, I don't want to get with you. Like, she's like, I'm just cool being your best friend. Like, why can't we just be best friends? And he threw a fit about it. So he left, and he met this poetry writer who got out of a relationship. Like, she like divorced her husband or whatever, but they still remained friends. They still party and stuff, and he got to meet the ex-husband, and the ex-husband is still like madly in love with the wife or the ex-wife. So the guy asked him like, hey, how do you do that? Like, or like, why? Like, why do you still carry feelings for her if you know that she doesn't feel for you in the same way? And he said like, unconditional love is so beautiful because I don't have to share it with anybody. It's just mine to give. So I do feel like people can like, you don't have to love me back for me to love you. And I feel like, yeah, like you can have, love can be unconditional. She's not doing anything for it, but he just has those feelings for her.
Does he love her though? Or he loves the idea of being with her?
I don't know their story too much. It was a movie. But like, I think he was like in love with her, like her as a person, like, cause they were together for a long time. They are both writers. And I think like he really admired her brain and like the works that she came out with, like her artistry, her creativity, like just everything about her. He was just like, wow, this is a woman. I can't remember the reason why as to why they split, or she just didn't like want to be with him anymore, but he was still very much in love with her. Because
I don't know, I feel like if it's like real love, true love, like you would think you would only love someone if they like
that's conditional.
If they loved you back?
Yeah, that's conditional. Because I'm only gonna love you if you love me. That's rude.
That's rude.
That's rude.
Oh my God.
Because you don't have to. Like, I can be a fan of yours. You don't have to be a fan of mine.
I mean,
it would be nice, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way.
Yes. Unconditional love. But
think of it like that.
What's
like,
the reason he loves you then?
We'll put it like you liking
so
an artist.
So love can just be love because it's love, and you can't even like.
It's just a feeling.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just a word.
Yeah.
So like we'll put it to like like artists, like music artists. You're a fan. We'll just say we'll pick Beyonce. So everybody likes to talk about Beyonce.
Yeah.
Like people love Beyonce. She doesn't have that same love for you individually.
Got you.
Like, oh yeah, I love my fans. Clearly, like they're helping you make money. But the way that you show up for them in their eyes isn't the same way. Like it's not equal.
But
you know what I mean?
You love her. You love the idea of Beyonce. Like you don't even know her.
Everybody knows her. It's on Wikipedia. Look her up. Google is free.
Like, would you die for Beyonce?
Some people would.
Wow.
Some people would.
Yeah.
I feel.
Do you feel like that's a good? It's very what's the word? It's kind of intense description, but I don't know, like the willingness to kind of like give your life for someone if you had to. I feel like that's.
I can see it.
Do you think that's a good determiner of like real love?
Yeah, I do. Well, not determiner of real love. Like, no, yeah, it is actually. Like somebody take a bullet for you, or like push you out of the way of like a oncoming car or something, and then they take the blow. Wow.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
But also, yes. I feel like you don't have to love someone. I feel like that's just someone's character. Like, obviously, love is a part of it, but like, you can meet a random person and you guys can be out in the street, and then something fucking crazy happens.
I don't know if I would take a bullet for a random person. That's just me.
What
I would be like, duck, hey, get down, bro. but
I think it's a very, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's a masculine characteristic. Not to say women wouldn't die for someone, but like, for example,
to be a protector.
Yes, if there was a child or even a woman, like
a mom would protect her kids.
I agree for sure. But if like we're like just like you've never met someone and like you're in a situation where you've let's just say there's a shooting or something and you don't even know the people that are next to you, but let's just say it's a woman or like and her kids. You don't even know them, but you might like I feel like a man would maybe more often. Well, I don't know. He might just fucking dip.
Yeah, I'm like I've seen too many things online. Yeah, men don't. It's random. Some men don't. Like they'll see.
But some men would.
Some men would.
They don't even love. They don't love them, but they would because that's just like. I mean, he's a protector, you know.
Yeah, I think in that sense, it's character.
Yes.
But if it's somebody that you know, I would think that would be love.
For sure.
Yeah.
Or what do you think about like truly like being sad when someone's sad and then being happy when someone's happy?
I feel that a lot. I'm a very empathetic person.
Do you think that that means love?
No, it just means like you're empathetic. Like you can meet somebody where they're at, kind of emotionally. It's not always a good thing, but like it's empathy.
Yeah. But at some point, it's like unconditional love. You kind of chalk that up to like, dude, there's just you're just a
simp.
Not a simp. I hate that word. But just like, why do you love this person? Yeah, like if they do countless wrong things to you, but you still love them, it's like, how can you love them? You know?
Oh, love is such a complicated emotion. I don't know. There's that phrase, the heart wants what it wants, which is like annoying.
Yeah.
But it's also very true. Like you can't help who you catch feelings for or hold feelings for, even if they do like do you dirty or like really, really dirty. It's like, damn.
So to chalk it up, you say unconditional love is real. Okay. I would agree for sure.
Unconditional love is real.
Because I feel that for my family.
Yeah.
And I can't say, I don't know if I've been in love, like in love, you know?
Really?
Yeah.
In all your years?
In all my years. I don't know, maybe I have, but would you know?
Yeah.
You would know, right?
Yeah. I've loved and I've been in love.
What's the difference?
One person I thought I could see like myself like the whole way through, like the rest of my life with this person.
So that's being in love.
Yeah, like it was just like a. I
don't know. They felt only like with a romantic partner, because you can't be in love with your mom. Obviously, you love your mom.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Some people can't be in love with their mom.
We won't get into that one. I think I'm gonna speak for like romantic partner. Yeah, I've loved some boyfriends, and then I've been like in love with one.
Got you.
Yeah.
But what's the difference?
I don't know. The one that I was in love with, I put up with more.
Got you.
Like I let more shit slide than I should have.
Got you. Okay.
And not to say that that's like
so it was
a
more
good
unconditional
thing.
To you.
Yeah. I was just like, we're, whatever. We'll get through like whatever that is or whatnot.
See, I feel like
it was more. I don't know. It's like a stronger feeling. Like when you feel it, you'll know.
Yeah.
Like for sure.
Maybe it's more like infatuation.
No, because
Mixed with love.
infatuation.
These are all it's so interesting though.
Yeah.
Because
It's a spectrum.
Yeah.
Love is
on
spectrum.
a spectrum, you know? No, yeah. Because I think I've been in love with like the idea of people and like.
Not the reality of them?
I think just like me thinking like, oh, this is what it could be in my head. But I can't say for certain that I've truly like, I've deeply cared about someone. And I'd feel like I'd do, if they needed something, I'd do it for them. You know, I'd be there. But I don't know if is that like love or is it not? I don't know.
I would think that that's love.
Yeah.
Because not a lot of people show up. Like, if you're in a bind, they'll be like, oh, shit, you should have told me earlier. And maybe I would have been able to help you out. And it's like, okay, this is an emergency. Like, I need you right now.
For example, like if like we're not talking anymore, but if she called me, not even on some like, oh, I want to like rekindle shit, but like I would go and like help her, you know?
I don't know.
No,
I'm not the one to ask for that because you're dead to me. Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, no, it would depend because I have gotten that call before. Yeah. And I redirected them somewhere else. Like I didn't help them personally. That could help you. Yeah, I'll put you over here. Yeah.
Damn, that's interesting. Do you feel like that's not like that's? I wouldn't see that as. Because I feel like that's just naturally who I am. Like if they were to call me, I would go and I would help them for whatever it is. But I understand that it can't be anything more than that, you know. Yeah. But the thing is it for them? Because they're calling you, you know. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
I feel like that's a case by case.
Yeah. Man.
I don't know. That one's kind of hard.
Yeah. Dang, that's. I'm gonna ponder on that idea of like if I've been in love. That's a good.
What's your
question.
longest relationship?
I don't have one.
You have never been in a relationship.
Not like a serious like. Wow, like I've dated people. Like I've had a girlfriend in middle school and
high school.
High school. No, I'm saying like those little like
those little like flings.
Little girlfriends. Yeah, but like. Never where it's like, oh, they meet my family. Like, I'm like,
That for me, like, I don't know if it's weird or not. Like, some people introduce you to their family right away. Yeah. I don't do that. Like, I wait till, like, we're actually, like, serious.
A thing.
And then I'll be like, oh, okay, this is. Yeah. So I'll talk about you to them and stuff, or I'll tell you if they ask about you, but I won't have you all meet till.
Till it's time. Type thing. Yeah, I think that's normal. I think some people feel comfortable like taking them to their family because that's just like some people's families are just very different, you know. I don't think I've introduced my family to girls, but nothing like this is my girlfriend, you know. But
wow.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Very interesting.
I also think it has something to do with your sign.
My sad sign.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah. It could. So because you very heavily like you believe in astrology. Yeah.
I do. Gotcha. I won't say heavily, but it's just like at a certain point you're like there are way too many coincidences with like certain signs and certain people and certain like personality and characteristic traits where you're just like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That checks out.
You don't feel like it's too general?
No.
That's my only gripe with it. Some
things can be general.
Yes.
And other things, I'm just like, oh no, this is very Aries coded. Or this is very Gemini coded.
Because, that's my only, what's the word? Like my opposition towards that or my disagreement is like, you can tell anybody like, no, like, Sagittarius, they're this and that, and then you can convince someone like, oh, I feel that.
No, like you have to look at like the whole chart too, like your big 6, and then mainly like your big 3. Because for the longest time, I would read my sign, and I'm just like, this does not sound like me at all. Like she sounds annoying. Like no, like I don't write it's not registering. And then I read like my rising sign, and I'm just like, oh yeah, that sounds like me.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, oh, well, maybe. And now I look at it now and I'm like, okay, it's a little mix of this. It's a little mix of that. Like those play out to me.
But then there's just so many that, of course, like you.
There's only 12.
And then you would just fall under an umbrella at some point, you know?
Not really.
No?
No,
Maybe I
because some people have like everything's under one sign, so they're just whatever that is to a T.
And you can describe them. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or like I'll read like I don't have any like Scorpio in my chart. I don't think.
Because are you you're Cancer? Because your birthday was in August.
Mm-hmm.
Cancer
is July.
Fuck. Yeah.
Oh, Virgo.
Virgo?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Virgo. And so, yeah, so with the Sag, like, are Sages just like they're afraid of commitment or what?
A little bit. A little bit.
That's
You're
definitely
a wandering spirit.
Yeah. That's for 100%. And not to say I'm afraid, but
it's not that you're afraid. It's just like not your thing.
Yeah.
Well, not to say like it's not like sometimes
you're like you're gonna be single forever.
No, my father's a Sag and he's been with my mom since high school. So it's doable. Yeah. Like you just have to find your person, but it might take you a little longer.
Is there a sign that is always like in a relationship?
I don't know. Like serious relationship or just relationships? Yeah, they're just always,
because you know people that like no matter what they just always have a girlfriend or they always have someone they're talking to, you know.
I kind of feel like this could just be like biased for me. I feel like Libras are always in a relationship or talking to somebody. I feel like Scorpios are always in a relationship or talking to somebody.
We can continue.
Aries.
I'm just gonna change the battery. Oh, okay. So, what would you say to someone who, obviously, you're not like anybody can believe what they believe, but what would you say to someone who says like astrology is bullshit? Like, I don't.
That's your opinion.
Okay. But what would you say to someone who's like
ask for your birthday? I'm trying to like that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, what makes you feel like it's like it's a like yeah? What makes you believe in it? You yourself.
Just like I said before, like certain I'm very like intuitive with people's like I people watch. I read body language, all that stuff, and I just started noticing like certain people act the same way, certain people do the same thing or like think the same way, or how they move or how they communicate and stuff. And then I started looking it up, or like, oh, their birthday's here, this is why they're like that. This is why. And then
that's a little bit of determinism.
Do you think so?
Yes. For sure.
But sometimes it like works to your benefit too. Like for instance, Cash App was an Aries, but he was like a March Aries. So it also depends like the month of that your sign lands in. So March Aries, it shares it with Pisces because Pisces is supposed to be the month of March. So he was very emotional. He was an emotional hothead.
Like sassy?
No, like just his whatever emotion he had would come out as like anger, like violent. And sometimes talking to him was like very difficult. Like I couldn't, get through to him. And then I'm like, oh, I started reading up like on his sign. I'm like, maybe let me try talking to him like this. And I did. Like I switched the way like our conversations went, and he understood me a lot better. Like the conversations went a lot better. So I'm like, oh God, okay. I just had to.
These girls be reading charts, huh? That's insane work.
It helped. So I'm just like, oh, maybe this is like true to some things. And then one of my sisters is a Gemini, and we share a sign, or our ruling planet Mercury for Virgo. So I'm just like, okay, like why are we not like, we're clashing, and like when we clash, like for whatever reason me and her clash hard, like we won't talk to each other for a couple of weeks. So I also had to look into that, and I'm just like, oh, okay, maybe I have to talk to her like this. Like when I try to get my point across, I have to let her make hers first, and then I can just subtly throw mine in without over explaining.
Damn.
Conversations went a lot better.
So if you like a guy, would you like read their chart? Like if you're really into someone?
like later on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like let you be you first,
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
obviously try to like get to know you, how you come off to me, and then if stuff starts
popping up, yeah.
Let me look at this real quick.
My book real quick. Yeah. That's insane. Are humans inherently selfish or altruistic?
Ooh. Oh, that's a good one. I feel like it's 50-50.
Yeah.
I feel like it's 50-50 because a lot of people are very, very selfish.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very selfish. And then you have your others that would just do for the world.
Yeah.
So I think it's 50-50.
50-50?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would say a part of me feels like naturally, I feel like more so like we are altruistic because I feel like we do want to look out for our
that's not
people.
Everybody though.
Yeah, but I feel like that's just a society thing, and that's our environment creates that, you know, the scarcity mindset, you know.
Yeah, scarcity. I don't think scarcity. I feel like being altruistic, like you would think abundantly, because like everybody could have everything.
No, that's what I mean. But like, I feel like our society, it breeds that feeling, so that's why it leads people to be more selfish.
Okay. I see what you're saying now. Yeah. No, I agree with that. I see it. I see a lot of that actually.
Yeah, but I feel like you can't be altruistic with everybody. Like I feel like you can be altruistic with takers. Like your closest people and your family, but you kind of have to be selfish in some ways. I feel like in some ways it does help you.
Yeah, to get ahead.
Yeah, I think it's 50-50
I think it's 50-50.
Yeah. Do you feel like chivalry is outdated?
No.
Okay. Do you feel like it's
Some
harder to come by?
Yes.
A lot harder?
Yes.
Like 9, like out of 10 situations, how many guys are actually like displaying very chivalrous things, like opening the door, like maybe bringing your seat
3
out?
3 or 4.
Really?
Yes.
So 30%.
Yes. It's so bad. Like some guys will like let you get the door.
Is that a deal breaker for you?
No, but I make notes of it. Or like they don't get your car door, or like they'll have you pay for
Yeah.
Like not that they're obligated to, but sometimes it's just like, damn. Not even offer to get the coffee. Like I was gonna say no, I can pay for it myself, but like not even offer. Okay, cool. And then there's other times where like a guy will be like, don't touch that door handle. Don't embarrass me like that. Let me get the door for you. Like they'll open the car door for you and they'll close it. And then like when you get to the place, they're like, I'm gonna get the door for you. Open the door. Oh, that's so nice.
So it makes a difference.
Yeah, it does.
It makes a difference, everybody.
It makes a difference. They get the door, like, oh, let me get your coat for you. Let me get your bag for you. You sit there.
Can it be too much?
No.
Gotcha.
Never too much.
Never.
It's just nice. Like, from a girl, like, that stuff's nice. I enjoy it. Princess treatment.
So, but in your eyes, it's definitely on the decline.
Very much so.
Okay. 30% insane.
30%. That's
especially with the paying thing. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's really nice when a girl offers. Not even when she offers, and I probably won't let her, but I feel like as a dude, like, dude,
it is nice.
Get the first one. Yeah. And even get every time, but like obviously, like I don't know. I feel like it's just a normal like. It
is some places, and like some of my friends like out of town and stuff, they get like deeply offended if any of the girls, like we're not even like their girlfriends or anything, like just in the friend group, they get offended if you reach for your wallet, like you're a female, and they're just, why are you doing that? Like, you don't think I have money? You're like, you don't think I have money? Put the card down. Or like one time I was out, it was for somebody's birthday, and we had a section at a spot. And
here in El Paso?
No, out of town. And I wanted a water, like we had ran out of water bottles. So I'm just like, oh, damn. Ran over to the bartender, like the bar, and I got a water real quick and went back. And one of the guys is like, why did you do that? And I'm like, because I was thirsty.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, why didn't you ask one of us to go get it? And I'm like, because one, I barely know you.
Yeah.
And they're like, don't ever do that again. If you need anything, just ask. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I just think, yeah, it definitely just depends where you're from too. Like, but I just feel like paying, oh, fuck, what was I going to say? Because we were talking about like paying.
But even just offer like chivalry.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like here's what I was gonna say. Like, if I don't want to, or like, if it's even a question, like, I'm not gonna go out. I'm not gonna go on a date if I'm not gonna pay, or if I don't plan on paying.
Yeah.
Because, like, let's just say I'm in a situation where like I just don't want to spend money. Like, I'd much rather like be in a situation where I can pay. But if not, like, I'm just probably just won't. Yeah. Like, I just won't do it. You know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna cancel a date, but I'm just not gonna put myself in a situation like I probably won't be dating at that time if I shouldn't be, you know.
Yeah.
Well, you know, if I don't got my shit like together, you know.
That's valid. That's very valid. That you shouldn't.
Yeah. Have you ever had someone like split, like say, like tell the server like we're gonna split it, or like we're separate? Sorry.
That I was dating.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I don't think that would make sense. Let me see. Let's see. Got a couple here. Is happiness the ultimate purpose of life, or is there something greater?
No, I think happiness is just an emotion. It's just an emotion. It's nice to be happy.
Yeah.
And I think it's like, it's kind of psychotic to be happy all the time.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not okay. Like, you need to feel everything. What was the last part? Is happiness?
Is there
a greater purpose?
Yeah.
To life?
Is there a greater purpose? Is there something greater? Or let me ask you this.
Like, further,
what do you feel is the purpose of like why we're here? And why the purpose of life? And
I kind of feel like the purpose of life is just to live. Like, learn lessons in a sense. I don't know if you believe in like an afterlife or like the next like ascension from here or whatnot, but I kind of feel like we're here to learn everything that we need to, and if you don't, you kind of get reincarnated until you learn those lessons, like your soul, your being, and then like you get to move up. So I kind of feel like your purpose here is just to learn all that like your individual self needs to know. Gotcha. Like, when you stop becoming curious about things, then it's like, all right, I think it's time for me to check out.
But I feel like there's a lot of people that aren't curious or just kind of like going through the motions, you know?
Yeah, but have they done anything? I think that's the other question. Like, you can't just be like complacent and have done like nothing. I feel like you have to reach like your full potential. And then like once there's no more for you to reach, like you honestly feel like you've done everything that you've been sent here to do, then it's like, all right, okay, I don't have to come back, like reincarnate anymore.
Got you. And how do you feel like you can reach your full potential? Like, what do you have to do? In your eyes, for yourself.
In my eyes, just like all those goals that you've had for yourself, like if you can accomplish them, like if you can accomplish everything that you've set, like your inner child has set for you to do, and you've done it, or you've touched it, then I think like you're good.
Do you feel like there's a never-ending cycle for some people? Like there's just like so many goals and stuff. Yeah.
I feel like some people have been here for a very long time. Or I don't know if or like if you believe in reincarnation, how I've said it to a couple of people before, how some kids or like people are just born naturally gifted and talented. I'm like, I think that's talent that's left over from who they were in a past life. Like they brought that talent with them. Or kids that just know like all this knowledge about all these other places that they've never been before, or they've never studied. They just know these things. And that's from coming back again and still being like tapped in.
Yeah. Do you feel like you have like not memories, obviously you don't remember, But do you think about like your past life?
I do.
Yeah. So
Sometimes I do.
Who do you think you were? Or what do you think like or what do you think you were? Were you like a plant or anything?
A plant? No, I think I was definitely a person before. Yeah. I definitely was a person before. I definitely feel like ancient. Ancient, like old. I did.
When you say you feel ancient, like what goes into that feeling?
Like pre-technology technology that we know. Like I did like a life regression hypnosis type thing, and I was able to see like my body like first person, but I was like in a field, like in a meadow, like I didn't see anything else, and I had emotions of like I was meeting up with somebody, like I was waiting for somebody to come, but then I like snapped out of it real quick. I didn't get to see like too much further into that, but I'm like, maybe it was a simple life, like on a farm somewhere
in the ancient times. Wow.
I couldn't even like give like a destination as to where, but yeah, no, like I wasn't wearing shoes. Like I don't know if shoes were invented then or not, but I wasn't wearing shoes. Like I was wearing like linens. Like,
did you like take any drugs?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's all just.
How did you get hypnotized?
It's on YouTube. I'll send it to you.
Oh, fuck. So I can do this in my own house?
You could. But it takes a while. Like it took me like 3 tries because something just kept interrupting. Like whether it was like my cat or like my dog, or I heard something outside. But it was like on the third go round, I like tapped in and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I saw myself being born. That was insane. I had to ask my mom about it. I'm like, 1 second, like did the delivery room look like this? I remember seeing like this lady with this kind of hair, whatever, but she's like, oh yeah, that was like one of the nurses, blah blah blah. So I was like, oh shit. And then I'm like, and then I saw a lady wearing this certain outfit. She's like, oh yeah, that was my mom, because like my dad wasn't there because he was working, so she had to call my mom or her mom to come and like be with her.
And your eyes are closed, or how are you? Yeah,
my eyes are closed.
And how long does it last?
I think, how much time had passed? It wasn't that long, like maybe 45 minutes.
Damn. So it's like a meditative state you have to achieve type thing?
Yeah.
Damn. I'm kind of afraid, not afraid, but I'm kind of scared. You should be afraid.
No, because like right after that, because I was going to try to do it again, and then I saw this show on Netflix called Behind Her Eyes, and it has to do with like astral projection.
What's that? Astro projection. Okay,
yeah. Where people just like have outer body experiences, but they can travel like anywhere that they want. And I don't want to ruin the show for you.
No,
if you're gonna watch it. Okay, cool. So this husband and wife moved to like a new city, whatever. And
wait, is it a really good show?
Yes.
Should I watch it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that movie made me afraid to do that ever again.
Gotcha. I'm just kind of afraid to see. I'm nervous to see like what my past life would have been.
Why?
I don't know. It's just like there's so many possibilities.
There is. I talked to my dad about it after I had done it, and he was just like, yeah, that he's had like dreams about it too.
Like he remembers the volcano and shit. What the fuck?
Or he's had dreams where he's like looking in a mirror, and it's not him, but he's like seen like the architecture, and he's like, I think I died there. So I'm like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's very specific.
And so eventually after reincarnations, do you just become like, what is the end like?
Well, I don't know. I haven't been to obviously I'm here. I haven't been to the next spot yet. I haven't been to the next spot.
So is this just something you've developed and
yeah, these are my own thoughts.
These are your beliefs.
These are my beliefs. These are my thoughts.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Like you would think like, and where do you feel like, is it just through reading, or is there just like feelings you have? And do you spend a lot of time alone, I would imagine? Like not on some lonely shit, but like you
I ponder. I like
yeah,
to ponder.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do. But no, yeah, I think it's from reading. It's from like I'll dabble in. I'm not religious, but like I'm open-minded to like different religions and stuff, and just gathering everything. I'm like, nobody just like, it doesn't just turn off. Like dying isn't the end of anything, and heaven is very subjective, like to your individual self. Like it could be the pearly gates, but for somebody else, heaven could just be like their best memory of something, or like in the line, like the book, the Chronicles of Narnia, like how everybody died in the end, like their heaven was Narnia. They just went to a different plane of existence.
It's fucking insane. Do you feel like you've met do you feel like you've come across people like obviously in this life that you felt like you knew before? Really?
There's a couple of people, like even out of town, just in passing, but like you do like a double take, like, hey, and I want to say hi, but I'm just like, wait, where do I know them from? Or I'm just like, I just feel really comfortable like in their presence, and I don't have a reason as to why, but I'm like, you seem very familiar to me. I can't put my finger on it, and we've never met a day before.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy. Do you smoke weed? Oh, dude. Yeah, I like. There's definitely some people you come across where it's just like, dude, I've known you for fucking forever, but we've known
like the personality. You're just like, like,
yeah.
It kind of, it's like spooky a little bit, like how well you get along with them or something. Yeah, like I felt that a couple times.
Yeah. And so, are you afraid to like die?
Yes and no. No, because if it's my time, it's my time. But yes, like, yes, if I die too soon. I think that's what it is. I feel like I have a lot left to do.
Like what?
Like, there's a lot of places I need to see, people I need to see, and like certain goals I want to accomplish or see if I can like see them through.
Yeah. So when you picture yourself like 30 years from now, what are some things like you see yourself like that you've
30 years
20 30 years like that you've looked back and you're just like, all right, I accomplished this, like I had this in mind and I did it, you know? I could see you writing a book. Do you write?
I do.
Yeah.
I do write.
Have you ever thought about that?
I have.
Yeah.
But I'm like, my writing is like, I like to write poetry. Like I'm a poetic person. I might do a book. I don't know what genre it would be. But 20, 30 years from now, I would want to be living like out of the US. Like that's a big goal for me. Like I don't want to.
Somewhere in a meadow and like maybe on a farm.
Maybe South of France. South of France. To be honest, I want to live in like a nudist community.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
That's my end goal.
Why that?
I hate wearing clothes. Like I always have. Like I love clothes. I love like a good dress up. But like day to day, I'm just like, oh my god, like I can do without.
Yeah.
Like I would rather do without, and it's just more comfortable. Yeah, no, like
maybe in your past life you just didn't wear any clothes,
yeah,
you know?
maybe. But no, I definitely want to live like, I think South of France or Portugal, Lisbon. Those are the spots that I'm looking at. Yeah.
So is it a lot of it just like seeing the world and location and so it's not even like a monetary thing? Like do you even so none of that matters to you? Like what about legacy? Does that matter to you?
Legacy. For me, no, it's not I'm not gonna say it's not important, but it's not a goal of mine.
Got you.
Yeah.
So you really just want to be not because I don't want to say happy because you said happy is just an emotion.
Yeah. Obviously, like everybody wants to be happy.
You want to be happy.
But I don't think that's like the goal because
You can be happy right now.
I can be happy right now.
Yeah.
And still be struggling.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
or happiness is just an emotion.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to be like comfortable, well off, obviously. Like, but having like the best of everything, that's not on my goal.
Do you want
either.
children?
I would like. Yeah. I would like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of like your vision. I went to Waco Tanks with my like our mentor / like just friend. His name's Eddie. We went out to Waco Tanks and we did like this meditation, like a very intense breath work and meditation. And I
so relaxing.
Yeah, and I vividly like saw my kids' faces.
I've dreamt about mine before.
It was weird. Yeah.
Did you cry?
I didn't cry. I got emotional. Like I felt very strong emotions. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it was insane. Like it's literally like I saw my kids' faces and I was just like, what the fuck? Like it was a very intense experience. And it felt like another thing I really remember feeling was like not even on like some like on not in a dark way by any means, but I felt like I was okay like dying. Like I felt at peace. Not okay dying, but I felt like if it was my time to go, like because I have a lot of anxiety about that, but I feel like I hit a point where I was just like, I felt like at peace. If this was it, like I can go, you know?
Okay.
Not that I want to go, but it was just a feeling I've never felt where it's just like, wow, like I'm okay.
So you feel like you fear dying too soon? Or still is it dying in general?
I think too soon for sure.
Yeah.
A part of me though is like it'd be badass to like to die young too, but like leave like a crazy like.
It is such a blessing to die in old age.
Yeah. Just forget I said that.
Take that out.
But I think I just think more so from a place of like not doing certain things I wanted to do, and also like I think inherently like I don't always think about it, but I feel a lot of it has to do with like having kids too. Like, I feel like it's a very big thing for me.
You want kids?
Yeah, like, I just want to experience that. I feel like...
Being a parent?
Yeah, I don't know if... I don't think everybody would agree, but I feel like, for me personally, like, I feel like that's the highest calling you can have is, like, raising an amazing, like, person, you know?
Mm-hmm. That's difficult, too, because sometimes you can just have a little shit.
Yeah.
No matter how good of a parent you are, they can still come out like a little twisted.
I feel like so much of it has to do with parenting. I feel like it's like 90%.
But this is what I'm saying. Like sometimes, serial killers, they had the best. They had nothing that they could have complained about in their childhood. Wonderful parents, wonderful family. Like they had everything and they just wanted to be evil.
I just think they're sick people. They're obviously you'd be like it's very unfortunate that they'd be sick to do something like that, because in their heads they're not doing evil. Like that's something I think about all the time. Some
people know they get off on it. Some people get off on it.
See, no, I don't. Maybe, but yeah, that's kind of true. Mm-hmm. I guess what I was gonna say is, the people we think we see in our heads are as evil. They don't. In their reality. That's the most good they're doing. They feel like they're doing God's work.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah.
That's a scary thought.
And we label them as evil, but in their heads, we're evil for
not doing.
Yes, not having the same.
That's kind of
viewpoints, That's why I think it's so possible for people to do horrendous things in our eyes, because in their eyes, they're doing what they're supposed to and they're good. I
don't know.
Hitler. Ooh. He was doing, like, obviously the most atrocious things in human history. Like, does he think he was doing... No, he thought he was, like, doing good, like, doing what was right. Doing what was right.
Yeah.
And apparently he had a whole country behind him,
it's a cult.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, that's scary. Yeah, no, I guess you're right.
No, I think they know what they were doing was bad. There comes a point in time when you're like, start looking around and you're like, ooh, I think
I might have fucked this one up.
Yeah, I'm on the wrong side of history.
No, yeah, it's a crazy thing to think about. But anyways, yes, in that vision, like I felt okay dying, or I felt at peace with it. At peace. That I could have gone. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, yeah, it was just a crazy experience. The fact that you can get to a certain place like that. I would call that peace. For a small amount of time, I felt that, Yeah. Because I don't know, I feel like we just have these, like, so many different things in our lives that we're just constantly, like, are just burdening us.
Like day-to-day struggles, everyday struggles.
For sure.
Traffic. One of them.
I like traffic. Nah, I'm just kidding.
You're in the... Well, our traffic isn't that bad, but sometimes it is annoying. I don't catch traffic that often, but when I do, I'm just like, oh my God, I should have gone down the other street.
Well, I think we've done, 2 hours. But one of the last things I want to touch on was, like, just what's the hardest thing you've had to overcome mentally when it comes to, like, mental health?
The hardest thing life? I've had to overcome mentally. Oof. Being okay, like, cheering for yourself. Because before I used to be like, I couldn't do anything unless, like, I had the support of somebody, like, telling me that it was okay for me to do it. Or I felt like I couldn't just go out and do things if, like, my mom didn't say it was okay. Or if I didn't have my friends saying, oh, no, yeah, you should do that. Like, I would have, like, a dream or a vision. I'm like, oh, let me go ask for... I got to go see if somebody else says that it's okay.
Like so, like, approval.
Yeah. So I think that for me was, like, the biggest thing. Because now I kind of just go out and do things.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes recklessly.
Yeah.
But I'm just, like, I'm proud of myself for overcoming that and just being like, oh, my God, like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, just go and do it. Or even just, I used to have, like, really, really bad social anxiety. I still get it sometimes now. But, like, even going to the gym and stuff, if I see too many cars in the parking lot, I'm like, oh, I got to go to another gym. Like, there's too many people in there right now. And now I'm just like, oh, okay. I think I'll send my car for, like, 5 minutes. Let me look at Instagram real quick. And then, like, okay, I can go into the gym now.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, but when it comes to, like, the approval thing, what was one thing or maybe a few things that you turned to that was like, all right, this was a turning point for me,
Missed opportunities, I think. Because I guess maybe not having enough confidence in myself, that I needed it from, like, other people to be like, oh yeah, you got it. Okay, yeah, I got it. I'll go do it now. I think that where I was just like, dang, like, I could have done that. Like, I could have, that's, like, maybe a goal or something that I could have done if I just did it. Like, it's so simple to say, but it was so hard for me to do back then. And I'm just like, I got sick of it. Like, one day you'll just get sick of it and then you start being better.
Yeah. And how long did that take you? Was it like from one day to the next?
No, I think it was gradual. And, like, I'll tie that into, like, sports too. So I think sports helped me a lot. Like, when I was in high school and stuff, I had tried wrestling out my senior year and I was actually, like, really good at it. But, like, the first maybe 2 matches that we had, or, like, two tournaments that we had, I did well, but, like, I wasn't winning and I wasn't used to not getting medals because, like, I would do track, I was always placing. And I'm like, this is different. I'm like, if you lose one, like, you get thrown down to the bottom bracket, and it is so hard to, like, work your way back up, and you have to, like, try that much harder because now you have all these other people you have to wrestle versus if you keep winning, you maybe have to wrestle, like, 4 people. and now like you lose one and now I gotta wrestle 8. So you get gassed by the end of the tourney, and it's like even then you don't know if you're gonna make it back up to shoot for like 3rd place or something. And I asked my coach one day, like, how do I get better? Like, when am I gonna stop losing? And he's like, well, when you get tired of losing, you're gonna start winning. And I'm like, that's what the fuck? Like, what kind of advice is that? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, no, like, what do I need to do to be better? And he's like, when you get tired of losing, you're going to start winning. And it was after the 2nd tournament. I'm like, I'm fucking tired of losing. Like, no, I'm not going to lose anymore. And I didn't. Like, I started winning, and I started placing, and I started getting medals. And I'm like, oh, okay, I just had to get tired. Like, you have to get frustrated with yourself a little bit and just push yourself to be better. Because I'm like, I'm doing all the workouts, I'm doing all like the training afterwards. I'm like, why am I not, what's not clicking? And then I'm like, no, I just have to do it better. I just have to push myself harder, because they can only do so much. Like, your coach can only tell you so much. Like, the people that you train with can only do so much. Like, you have to, that has to come from you to be better.
Yeah. That just goes to show you it's so much. It's a mentality thing.
It is.
Because you had the same skill, you had the same work ethic, everything, but it was just that one thing that, like, I'm fucking tired of this shit.
Yeah, like, it's you or me. It's you or me, and I'm going to make sure I'm on top.
Yeah.
It was a lot of that.
Damn.
And then, too, like, sometimes when you have to work your way from the bottom again, my coach, I'll be like, don't let them know you're tired. Don't let them know you're tired, because sometimes that's it, too. Like, you do get gassed, like, grappling with people for so long. And then if I see it on your face, like, you're about to give out, that gives me enough fuel to be like, no, I got you now.
Yeah. Damn.
So we got to work on poker face, too.
For sure. And that's a good, like, that transitions right into life. But then, like, when you said, like, you were kind of looking for people to cheer you on. I feel like that's such a thing with athletes, especially because I went through it. And I think a lot of people struggle after high school or whenever they stop playing sports, like, and they transition. It's like you're so used to getting this feedback and this, like, this positive reinforcement for the things you're doing, but you don't get that in real life.
They don't give a fuck
at all. Like, and unless, like, until you start doing really great things and you're at the top of your game and people notice, and then you start getting it. But early on, like, there's nothing.
Rookie of the year.
Yeah. And so, like, I feel like it's a really big problem with that people face, especially athletes, like, when they're done playing and stuff and they're in the real world. Like,
they're like, what now?
Yeah, because you don't have, nobody's cheering you on. Like, they can give two shits, you know?
Yeah.
Even your parents, like, they don't go to your game. You don't have any games that they go to anymore. Like, so it's a very difficult thing to, like, overcome. But what would
I think that's why it's always nice too to, like, give people their flowers in anything that they're doing. Like, just be like, hey, I noticed that you're doing this, like, good job. Or I see that you've been consistent with this, like, way to go. Any little thing, like, it's nice to be recognized for specific things.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, it goes a long way. You could be the reason someone stops or doesn't quit, you know?
Yeah.
They could be the last straw. Like, dude, I'm done. Like, it's just not worth it. And then you can be the person that's like, no, I see your work. Like, I see what you're doing. You just got to keep going, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah. And so when you started, like, because when you stop seeking others' approval, was there something that you started telling yourself to, like, give you more positivity and reinforcement yourself, or you just stopped caring about?
I think it was a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I shouldn't be putting so much emphasis on, like, what people care that I do. Because yes, it is good to, like, care, but I care too much. So I'm just like, oh, you need to stop doing that, Brenna, because then you're never going to get anywhere. So it's just like, okay, I want to do this. Like, these are the people that I should want, you know, like, the recognition from, but it's okay if I don't get it either. Like, I need to be proud of myself for accomplishing this. And I'm like, as long as I'm happy with the outcome, then anything extra is just like a boost for me.
Got you. All right. That's episode number 55.
Ooh, 55. That's a good number.
Yeah. That's
55.
A good
one. Wow.
55. Insane, huh?
Yeah. When did you start doing these?
Not this March, but the March before was the first one. But I wasn't really consistent until like last November.
Oh, okay.
So I think my episode 20, or I think it was 18 or 20, was like right around this time. And so
wow.
Yeah.
Good job.
Appreciate
Yay.
you. But yeah, that's episode 55 with Brenna.
Yes.
What I'm gonna name drop your last name.
Which no.
No, I'm just kidding. With Brenna.
You can do my IG, Brenna Yvette.
Brenna Yvette. Brenna Yvette.
Wait, do you know my last name?
I don't think so.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, with Brenna Yvette.
Brenna Yvette.
And the last thing I want to ask you is, if there's someone, what would you say to someone who's going through just a really tough time? Maybe it can be whatever, really.
It's just not their season.
Yeah, not their season. It can be a situation where like they maybe want to give up, or like a situation you were in where like you were kind of seeking others' approval, and you were kind of just like didn't maybe have you weren't in that headspace where you felt like maybe you didn't know if you were doing the right things, or you just didn't have that confidence to do exactly what it was that you wanted to do, you know? What is something like you would tell them?
It doesn't last forever. It's just a season. Weather the storm. If you see yourself like not happy in a situation, take it for what it is. Like, don't dwell in that sadness, or don't dwell in that negative space, and start being comfortable being uncomfortable, because that's what I had to do. Like I used to be like super like shy person, like, oh my god, like detrimentally shy. And I had to start like putting myself out there. So like when I was little, my mom was putting me in like the drama club, so I had to be in front of people and like recite, you know, my lines and things like that. I got into music, so I was performing in like band, and just little things to start breaking that shell, or breaking those barriers that are holding you back. And yeah, one day everything will just flip for you. You're not always going to be sad forever. You're not always going to be in those negative situations forever. Always look for something that you can change. And it's not going to happen overnight. Things normally don't. They take their time. But as long as you're like moving a little bit, like each and every day, or looking at the things that you can like be in control of, then I think you should be okay.
Mic drop. Boom. Nah, just kidding. But yeah, thank you so much for taking the time and sitting here with us, with me. Shout out to James Curry, who is working right now. Yeah. But,
I know. I was about to ask. I'm like, I'm missing a third person.
No, I know. Yeah. He's taking a little time for himself, but he will be back soon, and we gonna hit it hard. Yep. But all right, y'all. Peace.
Bye.